You see, what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys? I told you guys after the Gacha revenue video, there's gonna be at least one person that's gonna come into the comment section and literally brag as of to why Genshin Impact is a great game because it made X amount of money. It's absolutely pathetic how these people equate quality to how much money the game makes. If the game makes X amount of money, it's a good game. Fucking stupid. So this guy right here is a perfect example. I was just doing some homework and I just got a notification on my phone and I saw some random bozo come into my comment section just spouting nothing but bullshit. So let's go and check out his comment history. You guys can see nothing but, of course, just pretty much shilling, right? Shilling for Genshin, you know, typical cruel incompetent. Yeah, not surprised. That's the Genshin show right there. So let's go and read this. Looks like Genshin will always be the king. This is crazy, man. Like it's actually embarrassing how you're taking pride in a gacha company praying over people who have zero self-control. It's actually disgusting how you think it's a good thing that a gacha game made around $99 million over people who simply have no self-control. The fact that you're celebrating a predatory company making that much money, especially when they drop 2 new limited 5-star characters in one phase and people still spent money regardless. The fact that you're celebrating that, I'm telling you, man, these people have no shame. They have no shame. They have no dignity. No, like, these people, they just have no self-respect at this point because their number one job is to literally suck off hoyoverse. That's their job, to suck off hoyoverse no matter what. And the crazy thing is, realize how whenever gacha revenue comes up, Genshin shows are the first one to brag because they know that the game needs a lot of improvement and the only thing they can brag about is money. That's all they can brag about. When it comes to quality of life updates, like, you know, does the game have good quality of life updates? They can't brag about that because they know that the game is the bottom of the barrel when it comes to quality of life updates. Because you look at other games like HSR, Zenless Zone Zero, Wuthering Waves, Genshin is at the bottom when it comes to quality of life updates. So therefore, they can't say anything about that. But when it comes to the revenue, they're confident. They're confident as fuck because that's the only thing they can brag about. That's why they're going all out. You see this guy right here. This dude has been going back and forth with me for literal hours, bro. And the reason why I kept going back and forth with him because I wanted him to, like, he was pretty much proving my point, right? The more he kept commenting, the more he kept proving my point, and that's the main reason why I kept going back and forth, so he can prove my point even more. So let's go and read this. So he says, also, bro is still using the COVID-19 buff excuse. You know, it's crazy to me how I have to explain common sense to these type of people. Let's do it. We come over here to Google Trends. We take a look at Genshin Impact Wuthering Waves Honkai Star Rail. So this is from 2020 to 2025. Let's take a look at this. So Genshin Impact during COVID. Come over here. It's literally at 100 when it comes to interest over time. 100. And this when the game was released. It was released during a time where everybody was in their homes consuming social media, right? And that's one of the main reasons why the game is really, really popular because it received a huge boost because it was released during COVID. You look at Wuthering Waves, when it released, it's around like 65, 69. When it comes to interest over time, it's at like 69. For Honkai Star Rail, 47. They're nowhere near Genshin Impact when it released during COVID. So I don't understand why, you know, you're denying this. Like, you're just delusional at this point. All it takes is research. But of course, when it comes to Genshin shows, they deny research. They just go to the comment section, say, yeah, I disagree with you. Even though I don't know why I disagree with you, I'm just going to say it because I just feel like it. That's their whole argument. And then, of course, his reason is because, oh, you know, it's been 4 years, man. Why are you still bringing up COVID? It's been 4 years. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care. I don't care if it's been 4 years. The truth still remains. The game released during the pandemic, and that was literally the perfect opportunity for hoyoverse to drop Genshin Impact because everybody was consuming social media. Twitch was booming. YouTube was booming. content creators that were making bread during this time because everybody was in their houses watching TV, watching YouTube, watching Twitch. The only reason why I knew about Genshin Impact is because of Twitch. I was watching a Twitch live stream and then I just saw a Genshin ad. And then when I saw that ad, I played the game. If it wasn't for Twitch, I wouldn't know anything about Genshin Impact. I probably would have saw it on YouTube, but I saw it on Twitch. They were spamming ads on Twitch when it comes to Genshin. They were spamming Genshin ads. And this was in the middle of COVID. Like, I'm telling y'all, bro, I don't know how to explain this at this point because it's like these people refuse to do research. They just go to the comment section and just spout bullshit. And he continues to say that Wuwa is not going to be released first because Wuwa only exists because Genshin made 2 billion. What the fuck are you talking about? First of all, I don't even understand what he's saying. And second of all, it's like this whole, oh, Wuwa copied Genshin, so therefore Genshin is a good game. That is one of the dumbest arguments I've heard in my life. One of the dumbest arguments I've heard in my life. You know how many games, how many copied games there are in the gaming industry? There are so many copied games that are actually better than the original game. Marvel Rivals and Overwatch. That's a perfect example, right? A lot of people say that Marvel Rivals is a copy of Overwatch, blah, 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 whatever. But a lot of people claim that Marvel Rivals is actually better than Overwatch, right? One of the main reasons why is because for Overwatch, you can't even see your skin. You buy a skin for a character, you can't even see it. The only way you can see that skin is if you do an emote. Meanwhile, for Marvel Rivals, you can actually see your skin. So you getting a skin for that character is actually worth it. So to say that because Genshin Impact is a good game, like the reason why Genshin Impact is a great game is because Wuwa copied off the game is fucking retarded because there's a thing called inspiration. There's a thing called format. Genshin is not the founder of open world action RPG games. It's not the founder, right? It is not the founder. So honestly, at this point, I was just waiting for this guy to give me a solid reason as to why Genshin Impact is a good game because throughout the entire time, I mean, all he said is, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, you're a content creator, you're a nobody, you have no views, you make no views, just pretty much just hating, bro. That's all he was doing the whole time. So I'm like, all right, if you're not gonna prove a fucking point, then like, why are you here, bro? So then this is what he says. This is exactly what he says word for word. And I'm going to read this for you guys. It is a good game. Want to know why? Because it's testing the water for Kuro to copy and made Wuwa. So out of all the reasons why Genshin Impact is a great game, the only reason he can find is that Genshin is a great game because Kuro, or Wuthering Waves, copied off of Genshin. Oh my god. Wow. Game is amazing. Peak. Genshin is peak. That's the reason why the game is amazing. Absolutely peak. The reason why the game is popular is because Wuthering Waves copied off the game. You win, bro. You win. Like, I gave this guy so many opportunities to state, excuse me, one reason why Genshin Impact is a great game. Just give me one reason, bro. One reason. And he couldn't give me one solid reason. The best he can do is because Wuwa copied off of Genshin. That's the best he can do, right? And he kept going, right? He kept showing examples. You know, Honkai Impact 3rd, PGR copied off of Honkai Impact 3rd, GGZ, Twin. Like, bro, that doesn't prove a fucking point, dude. You're not stating a reason why Genshin Impact is a great game. You're not stating any reasons why it's a good game. Instead, you're just saying, oh, it's copying off of Genshin. And another thing too is, it's even more embarrassing how Wuwa directly copying off of Genshin. I mean, this guy clearly doesn't know what inspiration means. He doesn't understand that, no, this isn't new. Gacha games, they've always been copying off of each other. There's like, I would say there's like 3 different formats when it comes to gacha games. Idle RPG, action open world RPG game, and turn-based. And there's probably more. But those are like the 3 top of genres when it comes to gacha games. So to make it seem as if Genshin Impact is like the founder of open world action RPG games, and if any other game decides to do the same exact thing as Genshin Impact, then they're just a copy and that game is horrible. It's like, bro, that's just a horrible, poor argument. It's a poor argument because You're not really addressing why Genshin Impact is a good game. You're not talking about features. You're not talking about the story. You're not talking about exploration. You're not talking about the game itself. You're just talking about another game copying off of the game. It doesn't prove anything. Ooh, and just on time, we got another Genshin cuck saying, ha ha ha, Woowa dog so pissed off, woof woof, should pay more to your almighty Woowa. These people are fucking sick, bro. Like when I read these comments, it honestly makes me laugh because they're so pressed. Like they're so mad whenever you give them the same energy they're giving you. Like this is the energy that you guys give everybody. What I'm doing, this is the energy you guys give everybody. I mean, let's be honest, guys. All I'm saying is that if you're gonna sit here and defend a multi-billion-dollar company for preying off of people who have zero self-control, it's honestly disgusting. That's all I'm saying here. And I'm pretty much asking this guy right here, what's your fucking, what's your reason, what's your excuse? How is Genshin Impact a great game? And until this day, still hasn't given me a valid reason as of to why. But of course, we have another one over here who's pretty much going to call me a woowa dog just because I have self-respect. You see, if somebody calls you a Kurobot, honestly, wear that as a badge of honor because it shows that you have self-respect, you respect your time, and you're not willing to waste your time on a game where the devs are not trying their best to satisfy their players. So here's what we're going to do. Let's go and show an example real quick. So whatever this guy's name is, let's go and check his comment history real quick. Of course, not surprised. Genshin Shield saying a whole bunch of bullshit here, just defending the game. So we're gonna go ahead and come over here. All right, from channel, user, and there we go. You see, that's how I handle these people. All right, that's how you handle them. You don't give them any attention, zero attention. The only reason why I gave this guy attention specifically is for this video, so that I can prove a point. That's the only reason why I gave this guy attention here, is so that I can prove a point. Multiple times I gave this guy a reason. I gave this guy a chance to give me a reason as of to why Genshin Impact is a great game. And all he did was deflect. All he did was dodge. All he did was say, yeah, it's because Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves copied off the game, so therefore it's a great game. You so like not really coming up with a valid reason. And that's the whole point. It's like whenever you're actually trying to have a civil discussion with these people and you're trying to understand where they're coming from, it's just impossible. You can't understand where they're coming from because they're just acting based off of pure hatred. It's like whenever they see somebody criticizing the game, they view you as an enemy. And this community, out of every community I've seen so far, League of Legends definitely toxic as fuck. But let's be honest, the League of Legends community is toxic, but when the devs decide to fuck up the game, everybody comes up together and they target the devs. And then after, the devs get their shit together, they disperse and they start attacking each other. That's how League of Legends works. At least they come together and they have an objective and they complete that objective. But when it comes to the Genshin community, it's like these people, you can't cooperate with them. You just simply can't cooperate with them because they're disingenuous. They argue in bad faith. And whenever you give them multiple opportunities to prove a point, they just deflect and they just continue saying a whole bunch of bullshit that just doesn't even matter. I don't know what to say at this point, right? My throat getting dry, man. I've been yapping a lot, but I literally don't know what to say at this point. And keep in mind, guys, this is under a Gacha revenue video, bro. Under a Gacha revenue video. And I wasn't being biased at all, right? Genshin Impact was in first place. I was like, hey, I'm not surprised. It's Genshin Impact. Nothing new here, right? I don't really care. It's Genshin Impact. Whatever. But of course, these people will still find something to complain about, right? They will still find something to complain about. They will still find something to bitch about, something to complain about, because you literally have to bend down, drop your pants, and go to work, right? Go to work. That's what they want you to do. Drop your pants and go to work. And let me go ahead and clear this misunderstanding, this misinformation that's being spread about about me, because I've seen people go in the comment section saying, oh, this guy's a Wuthering Waves glazer because he's only criticizing Genshin Impact. Let me go ahead and make myself clear real quick, because these people, they're just spreading a whole bunch of misinfo and they don't really understand where I'm coming from. If Wuthering Waves was making the same amount of money that Genshin Impact is making, and they're mistreating their players like Genshin is mistreating their players, Wuthering Waves would be in the same boat with Genshin Impact. Like, you guys would see me making a ton of videos bashing Wuthering Waves. No gacha game is safe. I don't care, bro. I don't care. I don't care which gacha game it is. It's just that when it comes to Genshin Impact, they're just the worst out of all three when it comes to HSR and Wuthering Waves. They're just the worst because the community is toxic and the devs just don't give a shit. So therefore, that's my main focus. Now, if Wuthering Waves is the same exact thing and they're 10 times worse than Wuthering Waves, I'm going to do the same exact thing to Wuthering Waves. When I was talking about Wuthering Waves 2.0, I literally said that Wuthering Waves before 2.0 was boring as fuck. I couldn't get myself to play the game because it was boring. There are multiple times when I would criticize Wuthering Waves. You guys are just simply not watching those videos, and this doesn't apply to everybody. When I say you guys, I'm talking about the people who are saying I'm a Wuthering Waves glazer. This is for the people who are pretty much claiming that. You guys are not watching my videos. You guys are not watching my Wuthering Waves videos. You're not watching them. You guys are not watching them. You guys are only watching the Genshin videos, and then you guys are just coming up with the conclusion by only watching my Genshin videos without pretty much watching my Wuthering Waves videos as well to understand, you know, the full context. That's one of the main things I can't stand about the internet. People can choose and decide when to like pick out, you know, information. They can choose when to pick things out, and they don't have to view the full context. They can just say a whole bunch of random bullshit, and it's like there's really nothing you can do about it. So I'm going to go ahead and address it. Before you start saying stupid stuff, actually watch my Wuthering Waves videos, because I actually criticize the game as well. It's not just Genshin Impact. The only reason why I'm going heavy on Genshin Impact is because they're mistreating their players. Honestly, I don't really give a fuck about them mistreating their players because, you know, the Genshin shows, they deserve it. I don't really care. But the devs are just lazy as fuck, and they're making a ton of money off of people who have no self-control. That's the reason why I am going hard on Genshin. But other than that, it's like, just because I'm doing this only to Genshin doesn't mean that the same doesn't apply to HSR and ZZZ and Wuthering Waves. When HSR 3.0 came out, the story, I literally made a video criticizing the story for HSR. Like, you guys, come on, bro. Come on. I think there's a perfect term for this. What is it called again? Selective hearing? It's like selective hearing. People are choosing what to hear. They're choosing what to listen to, but they're pretty much denying everything else that's probably going to completely destroy their you know, perspective about me, because they're pretty much trying to make it seem as if I'm this evil guy who's, you know, glazing Wuwa, right? Wuwa's the perfect game and Genshin is just evil. Like, they're making it seem as if I'm making it seem as if Wuwa is not a bad game. Like, there's nothing wrong with Wuwa. It is a perfect game. Where the fuck are you guys getting this from? Where are you guys getting this from? I just want to clear that, because I don't understand why these people come into the comment section and they decide to say that I'm a Wuwa glazer, right? I think the game is perfect just because I'm criticizing Genshin. Don't get shit twisted, man. Do not get shit twisted. So yeah, man, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. When it comes to your typical Genshin shills, I know a lot of people enjoy these type of videos, but to all the Genshin shills out there, hey, keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. You guys are literally giving me the infinite content glitch. Like, this is literally an infinite content glitch, bro. I make a video of me, you know, stating my opinions or me talking about something, and then the Genshin shills just come into the comment section, just type a whole bunch of bullshit, and I react to these comments, and we keep it moving from there. We keep it moving. I'm telling you guys, when Ananta drops, bro, it's GG's, man. It is GG's. I really wonder how they're gonna react to Ananta. I'm honestly curious. They're probably gonna migrate to that game, make it seem as if the game is fucking dog shit, you know, say a whole lot of things about say a whole lot of crazy things about Ananta, you know, shit on the game so that Genshin Impact can still be on top. Man, Ananta, hey, that game better succeed, bro. That game needs to succeed. It is time. All right, it is time to dethrone Genshin Impact, and we need a game that is actually going to value the player's time. It's actually going to put in effort, right, and actually listen to what the players want in the game. It really is annoying how Genshin Impact is like the embodiment of like, it's pretty much the top when it comes to gacha gaming, but out of every game. So like when we look at Wuthering Waves HSR, it's literally like the worst one out of all of them. It really just comes down to like the game really doesn't deserve this much hype. It really doesn't. The game does not deserve this much hype. But the reason why the game is still receiving this amount of money is because, of course, you have people who have no self-control, still spending money on the game. And of course, you have people who are spending money on the game out of spite. Out of spite. They're spending money because they want the game to make a lot of money so that they can brag. And this guy is a perfect example. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy dropped $1,000 on the game just so that he can brag because they're making a lot of money. I wouldn't be surprised. That's how low these people are. They're spending money just so that the game can make a lot of money so that they can brag. I wouldn't be surprised. If I gave you a bag of shit and a bag of gold, right? I had 2 bags in my hand and you chose to pay for the bag of shit for $100 and the bag of gold cost $50. Does that mean that the bag of shit is better than the bag of gold in terms of quality because it costs more? No, it's a bag of shit. And I know there's going to be somebody who's going to say, well, the reason why we spend money is because we actually like characters. It's called self-respect and principles, bro. I don't give a fuck if you're summoning for characters because you like them. I don't fucking care. It's called principles and self-respect. Using the is because we like characters, that's an excuse. That's an excuse that shows that you have no self-control, right? You have no self-control. You have no principle. If they decide to do this in any game, like if they decide to do this in Wuthering Waves, HSR, Zenless Zones, I don't care which game it is, putting 2 new limited 5-star characters in one phase, I wouldn't spend a dime on the game. I wouldn't spend a dime until they fix that shit. It's called principles, right? But of course, right? Of course, when it comes to Genshin Impact players, oh no, it's fine, right? We're still going to spend money because we like the character. Even though the devs did something completely scummy, we don't give a fuck, man. We do it because we like the characters. And if you're gonna, criticize me for that, then shame on you. No, shame on you, nigga. Shame on you, bro. Shame on you. $99 million after they did one of the scummiest things in Genshin Impact history. Putting 2 new limited 5-star characters in one phase. $99 million. Actually insane, bro. Like, this is evidence. Pure evidence that you guys simply have no self-control. No self-control. If any other company decide to do this, right? It could be any gaming company. If they decide to do something this scummy, right, to their players, some people would actually react to this. They will make a lot of tweets saying what the fuck is going on. Like you have Pokemon TCG Pocket, right, where they decided to implement the new trading system, but the trading system is complete garbage, right? And the whole point of the game is literally called Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, but the trading system is terrible. So guess what? People were actually pissed off about that. And the response from most players for Pokemon TCG Pocket, they're like, yeah, we're not going to spend any money on the game. We're not going to spend any money on the game because the trading system is horrible. That's principle, right? Even though they want to get these cards, they're like, no, we're not going to spend money because the trading system is terrible. In order for the devs to actually listen to us, we're going to, hurt them where it hurts the most, which is their pockets, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Like, there's literally no excuse for you guys to come. Like, there's no excuse for you guys to come up with as of to why Genshin currently sitting at $99 million for January. Like, that's just insane, man. After they did one of the craziest things in version 5.3, pushing 2 new limited 5-star characters in one phase and pushing all the rewards to phase 2. Like, come on, man. No self-respect and no self-control. It's pathetic, man. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate it. And I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Peace.